Hi, today is Veterans Day, and a lot of people out there are appreciating everybody who is a veteran. There are a lot of people that have served in the war or in the military at some point in their life, and we just want to show our appreciation for them. Um, Myself, I decided that I wanted to show my appreciation by making a navy bean soup. Now, couldn't find Army bean soup and I couldn't find the Air Force soup, so I decided to just use this soup because it has a lot of good nutrients in it. And for anybody who's dealing with depression or PTSD, or they're not feeling well and their gut's not working, this might help. Soup is a very, very good nutritional source to get your vitamins and minerals in you. And if you use the proper products, you can get a little bit of energy. And as long as you don't overeat, you're good. So I thought I'd just go through what I have here. I brought some ground turkey. I prepped everything ahead of time, and that's a very good thing to keep in mind, is to have all your products right in front of you. Get your recipe out and just follow what the recipe says. Make sure your products are prepped, and these are carrots. I purchased butternut squash from the store, and I cut it smaller. So we won't be using it all, but we can use half of it. And then I have celery. This lighting is not that great, I'm sorry. Celery, onions. This is also from the store. And I don't know if you can see that. Poultry seasoning, which most people have in their cupboard. And this is the time of the year that everybody's either making turkey or getting their poultry seasoning or finding some kind of seasoning that's related to it. I love sage, so I'm adding a little extra fresh sage. And I did not chop that up yet. So this rice is the Lundberg Wild Blend rice, and it's made in the USA. So we'll be using about a cup of that because you don't want to overwhelm your soup with a bunch of starch. So you just want to have enough, nutrients and things in there to give you the energy you need and not to weigh you down so you can't function the rest of the day. I chose to use Swiss chard. Not everybody likes Swiss chard. It's something to maybe try. Some people use spinach. Some people use other different greens. There's mustard greens. There's all kinds of greens. It is better to use fresh because you don't want to cook this down into mush. And sometimes those canned products actually, they can be a little mushy, and those tend to don't have as many nutrients because they're already cooked out of the product, or they're just they're not going to be as beneficial for you. You can use frozen greens and things like that, and just remember, if you use anything frozen, that you should take into consideration the content of the frozen product with the water that you're using for the soup. So the navy beans, I do want to mention that navy beans, or any bean that you buy in a can, contain carbohydrates. And these, as long as there's no sugars added in any of your products, it is a safer product to use. You want to make sure that there's no additional stuff that you don't understand on there. And this I thought was interesting. I did not realize that navy beans were used as a part of England's favorite Boston baked beans. And those are dangerous, of course. And a Senate soup. Never heard of it, don't know what it is. Something somebody can probably respond to this video about. But navy beans are an excellent, they can be an excellent source. Now, a lot of people believe that they can get all their protein from plant products. I am under, I work with functional medicine philosophy and believe that you can, use products that are meat-based products. You want them to be safer. You want to know, where they're coming from, what they're being fed, and the atmosphere they're, in. If we go back to Robin Hood days, they're just out killing animals, and there's a lot of people that still do that. And just be safe about how that's all managed. I call it food hygiene. Kitchen hygiene, you want your kitchen to be all in order and ready to go for whatever you're cooking. And as long as you're safe with handling instructions too. I do want to mention this while we're talking on this subject, because if you're a veteran and you love to cook with your children or grandchildren or whoever, you want to make sure that people are aware of proper safety technique with knives. And don't give a child a knife to cut their vegetables, because many accidents occur. You don't want those accidents to happen around the holidays. So this is a safe soup. I prepped all this stuff. You can use a food processor if you'd like to zip up some of your products and then put it in with your soup if that's easier for you. And definitely if you're having trouble with your dental problems and things like that, that might be an easier way, even after it's cooked. But what I'm going to mention is anything that you put together in your cooking process, you don't want it. The only thing that you really want to cook down or make sure that it's properly cooked is the meat. Everything else you can add to a temperature that is, as long as the meat is cooked before you add anything else, you can. I cook my meat with the onions and the celery. A lot of people do that. And then you can add your other fresh herbs or whatever you want to that basic mix that's in your pot. I suggest that you use water for the base, but you can drizzle some olive oil in the base of your pan. So you can start off with a little bit of olive oil, put your turkey in there, add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to say Himalayan pink salt would be good. Anything that is not over-the-counter table salt, you can use it. Anything too much salt is not good, but the more natural products have the minerals that you need. And yes, those refined salts might have some minerals, but I'm going to tell you that if you have to add a lot of salt, then you're working against yourself. And you're just going to start swelling up, and you won't be able to move. Your kidneys are going to go out, and that's the end of it. So you want to be careful to cook your ingredients in a way that are safe for you, so you don't beat up your pancreas, you don't beat up your liver, and you don't beat up those kidneys, because that's all a part of diabetes. And then, the thyroid starts going bonkers with that. You can get bad headaches, you can get all that stuff. Now, if you're dealing with PTS, take your time with all of your cooking. This is a mindful relaxation type of, cooking can be just a way to connect with your food and with the people around you. So I will be posting that recipe, and I will also post another video with the actual cooking process. But because I'm a little challenged right now with my video editing and trying to get some people to help me out, we're just going to take our time. So again, thank you for your service. Thank you for listening today. My name is Diane Greco-Allen, and I am a Carb Smart Cook, or GI Smart Cook. Have a great day.